Pauline Flett Middle School is one of the two newest middle schools in Spokane. On top of building a new school and facilities, the school is also in need of coaches for their brand new athletic teams. Flett was lucky enough to have one former Gonzaga basketball player already on staff, and she was the key to enticing the new boys basketball coach to the school, a coach who just happens to have some NBA experience. Former Gonzaga great and Los Angeles Laker Robert Sacre was content coaching his daughter and his 5th grade son's basketball team. He had no intention of becoming the coach at any school. That was until he received a call from another former Zag at Flett Middle School.
I said, hey, what are you doing? Like, how are you doing? I've got some wonderful kids at Flett. We're needing a guy who can come in and love up on kids, be disciplined with them, help them grow in the sport, and show them the love that we have for this game. And I know he is like just the perfect guy to do this.
Tatriana Moravez used to back up Zag great Courtney Vandersloot. She is now a middle school counselor, but she has stayed around the game of basketball and took the girls' basketball job at Flett. Sacre knew Tatri from his GU days and decided to interview for the job.
If we can give back any which way, I think that's what it's all about. You know, a lot of people want to complain about, you know, this generation, that generation, and, you know, they do all that old school, get off my yard stuff. But at the same time, the only way you're going to get it better is to help the younger generations.
Flett Middle School principal Matthew Henshaw received quite a shock when the 7-foot Sacre folded himself through his office door for their interview.
I did not know he was coming. My AD did not give me a heads up. And so it was pretty funny because obviously most people would recognize him, and at first I didn't. So I was a little embarrassing for me, but what a fun story. And then the students knew by the time he walked out of my office from the interview, kids were running around, look, Sacre, I think he might be our coach.
The main message preached from Coach Sacre to his team is accountability.
I personally put a lot of pressure on these guys because, you know, that's life, you know, and I think it's important that I learn life lessons throughout the game of basketball. So I think for me, to hold these guys accountable and put pressure on them at a young age, it's important.
Coach Sacre is a straightforward coach, and he expects a lot from his players, including running a transition offense similar to his old college.
I learned a little one or two things from Coach Few, you know. I'm not going to give it all away, but I definitely want to just play up-tempo, high pace. These guys ran a lot in practice. Like I said, it's not easy to play for me in certain ways. I want them to run and go, and I think we're well conditioned.
It appears Coach Sacre was the perfect man for the job to help get the Flett Middle School boys ready for high school ball.
Just so fortunate that like my Zag family could step in and help the community as well here at Flett and help our kids, and just I think be just a wonderful mentor and role model, right? Like we need good role models for these kids, and I think we've got a good team here.
Coach Sacre still coaches his son's 5th grade team and runs his own excavation business in addition to his new gig. He says he is unable to sit still, and the students and administration at Flett Middle School are grateful for that. That's all for sports.